Cardinals exclusive analysis. Lots to discuss in this video. We're going to quickly jump into some of the charts, the daily charts. First off, GME. What is happening with GameStop in the after hours? Well, GameStop had a pretty horrific down day today, closing down 5.31%. You saw the bearish cross of the 7 and 20 moving average there, and it is gapping down sharply, trading at 26.32 and bouncing around in the after hours here. What's causing it to fall is a massive debt offering in the after hours. They're coming out with a 1.2 convertible note offering, 1.2 billion convertible note offering, and it is sending the stock much lower. And just look how much we've actually fallen here in the after hours, pretty much testing the lows of around 25.20. So a massive decline in GME in the after hours. This is on watch for a bit of a day trade tomorrow. We also have some news on Cloudflare Net also offering a debt offering, shelf offering, causing it to fall about $4 or $5 in the after hours. Not as much. Just so epically crazy how the board of Cloudflare Net just so happens to announce that debt offering right at the highs. They are certainly timing the market and using this liquidity and volume to their advantage. ORCL reporting earnings after the bell. This is giving cloud stocks yet again another boost to the upside. Oracle's another one that was bouncing all the way around. It dipped into the 170 zone. Now it's bounced all the way back up. You're right through this volume gap here. This is on watch for a day trade tomorrow. Now, let's jump into things here. The SPX closed down on the session. We called it in our live stream. We said to members, don't be surprised if you see the old gap and crack. And what did we do today to bank with our members? We executed 0DT puts pretty much at the highs of the session. We said, okay, you need to wait for a liquidity sweep of this high pivot. We ended up trending, sweeping it, and then we bought inputs right in this vicinity and rode them down for up over 120%. And some people banked even more. So it was a pretty tremendous sell side day. A day that provided a lot of intraday opportunities, both to the upside, both to the downside. Nevertheless, this is a very healthy pullback for the markets. It's one that should be embraced by the long-term investor because we've ran up into some critical resistance on the SPX. The QQQ is also hitting this upsloping wedge pattern of resistance, but look how still elevated we are from the daily 7 moving average. Today, we also had some news in the energy market, escalations rising, oil making a beautiful daily chart breakout to the upside. Beautiful job if you were a profit on the oil space. That thing is absolutely a monster today. Natural gas closing down on the session and hitting the lower boundary wedge pattern. This is going to make a big move very soon. The apex of this triangle ends around June 20th. By then, we should have either a break to the upside or a break to the downside. Based off of what we're seeing intraday and the daily moving average, this is looking somewhat more bearish as we progress. Gold catching a bit and gold still consolidating bullishly. Ultimately, gold, every day that ticks by, is developing yet again another bullish pattern to potentially go higher. This inverse head and shoulders hasn't officially confirmed, but if we start to build and get above this high impulse green bar candle, then we've confirmed the breakout on gold, and it could be upwards of 3,600. If you lose the neckline, then you're basically going to test the bottom of this wedge, call it just below 3,200 on gold. Uranium, another massive move to the high side. Tesla, that was an epic short that we prepared our members on, a retest of the daily 20 moving average, and it got absolutely rejected. Still an impressive bounce for the Tesla bulls. We'll see if it wants to hold and chop between the 20 and the 7. Apple getting absolutely demolished. Look at that daily chart breakdown. This is something that does not look good for the Apple bulls. It looks like we're heading back down to sub 195 to the low end of this range. Looks like they want to fill this gap on Apple and test this wedge pattern to the downside. And if you break this wedge pattern, then hold on to your hold on for dear life, because Apple's not going to be looking good. Bitcoin, lots to discuss about Bitcoin here. Bitcoin obviously looking like it's trying to push to the upside. You got another bullish crossover happening today of the 7 and 20, which does indicate likely another move higher. Very strong intraday chart. The 4-hour chart of BTC is looking quite strong. It does look like it's bull flagging and trying to push higher. I still think that Bitcoin is going to get one more squeeze and pop into the 113,000, sweeping this high pivot liquidity zone, and then we should see a bigger pullback to the downside. On that note, thank you all for tuning in. We've covered a lot in this video. Stay tuned for more analysis. Tune into our live stream in the mornings. We trade the markets live for free on YouTube. We give our commentary. We've executed a whole host of trades, and members, we've taken a huge amount of new positions today. So definitely be ready, because this market week should be in for a pretty interesting finish. Take care, everybody.